So Serenity and I are 1 month into school, fifth grade. This is our second year homeschooling. I'm full time working mom. I'm just reminding myself this is my journal entry of how it's going, first month of fifth grade. So the last time I updated, I mentioned how overwhelmed that I was, and so I came up with a plan. I got this idea from a YouTuber named Calm in the Chaos. Um, she talks a lot about what's called loop scheduling. So I put everything down that I wanted to do and basically came out with 8 days that are different, uniquely different, A through H. And so we just go A through H and repeat. And then each day there is a checklist for her, teachers pay teachers checklist. And then I just go line by line. So every day has math, every day has grammar, every day has spelling, and then other things are in a loop schedule, but that way I can keep track and make sure we're hitting back on things that we need to do. And so that has made everything feel a lot less overwhelming. And so we're doing fifth grade Hearth Story for language arts. Except we are using the fourth grade writing curriculum. So Hearth Story is a full curriculum. There is a YouTube video on how to set up your notebook, and this was extremely overwhelming to me at first. So I just set it up exactly how the author said to, and I've been pulling out the pieces as you go. So you do spelling every day, grammar every day, then there's novel studies, poetry studies, brain food studies, and writing. And we're doing fourth grade writing. We're not doing the fifth grade writing because we're going to do paragraphs this year. So spelling is designed to be 5 days a week. There are 25 lists, but we don't do all 5 days. So we sort of shrink it into 3 or 4 days per list, and that's been going really well. She's been writing in here. So spelling, grammar is like a half a page a day, very straightforward, not difficult at all. So that's easy to do every day. There's a total of, I don't know how many lessons, but it's not bad. It's like 80 some lessons, I think. And so we'll probably be finished that pretty quick. Then there's the writing section. Poetry is designed to do once a week. And that's all included. The poems are in here. That's been really good. So that's on, I think, for once a week. And novel studies, we're just essentially reading a chapter a day in the evening and then doing that as we go. And I think we'll get through most of the novels. If we don't, that's okay. And there's short stories that are entwined in there. And so I've really liked this. I thought this was going to be really overwhelming. I have not found that to be the case. I'm wondering as we get further on, one of the things I thought about is as I take these out and we finish them, do I put them in a separate notebook to kind of get a sense of how we did things going through, or do they keep them as separate subjects? And I have not decided yet. So within language arts, so I'm very happy with this so far. I think she is happy with it too. So also within language arts, we had started at the end of last year Fix It Grammar. I think this is great. So we are looping Fix It Grammar in to grammar. So we do 1 day Hearth Story grammar, 1 day Fix It Grammar. We're in about week 14 on this of probably 20. Probably 30. So this will probably take us through the end of the year doing those two alternating. And then spelling, and there I'm going to use those lists, but also looping in 180 days of word study for vocabulary. This is sort of fifth grade, antonyms, synonyms, things like that. And then I really liked this with the chunking method and handwriting, spelling UC. So this is also getting in. So it's basically for spelling, we're doing 4 days of Hearth Story, 2 days of 180 days, and 2 days of spelling UC. And that's how we're doing spelling this year. that'll probably take us all the way through. Now I have this reading detective book. The one place that I'm still getting pushback is on reading comprehension. And so this is something that we need to get into, but I haven't figured out how to incorporate it. And I may find someone who is a tutor to help go through this. That's my hope, that I can find a tutor to help go through this. There are, how many? 52. So that's like 2 to 3 a week that we need to be hitting on, and we're not started this yet. So that's language arts. Very happy with language arts. So math, as I have mentioned, is we have Mrs. E doing math twice a week, introducing new concepts. We're working on division, long division, all of the primary 4 operations, and she's starting to introduce word problems. So we have moved on from multiple digit multiplication. We are now on long division. I have been printing from Teachers Pay Teachers some long division with a grid assistance. This is really important, this grid for math. And we're just reinforcing a page a day. I'm sure there are going to be gaps, right? So I'm sure at some point we're going to have to go back and do area and volume and time and different things again. But for right now, we're concentrating on the 4 main operations, and we're reviewing long division, and we're just going to keep going at the pace, whatever Mrs. E likes for that pace. So science this year is a continuation of what we did last year. We're doing Sassafras Science Volume 3 and 4 this year. Volume 3 is Botany. It's a novel-based. It's going really well. We've already listened to 3 or 4 chapters. She loves these stories. Easy to get her to listen to them. And then there's a very small amount of work to complete. We're also continuing with our states and capitals. That is from the Walduct Way. States and capitals, this has been consistent since last year. We're now done 20 states and capitals. She's doing really well with that. And then finally, we did start Curiosity Chronicles. I felt very overwhelmed by this as well. The way I'm looping that, and just so you know how I'm looping in, so we talked about math every day, grammar every other day, Hearth Story, alternating fix-it grammar, spelling, 4 days of Hearth Story, 2 days of 180 days, and 2 days of spelling UC, and then writing, poetry, and brain food are getting alternated. So 2 days of writing, a day of poetry, and a day of brain food each cycle. And then we do history, science, and then we're doing states alternating with typing.com so she can learn to type. So this is yet to be figured out. So what has worked well is that we do 2 chapters a week, that you listen to the audiobook, and then you do the timeline for that section, which is printed out like this, and you glue it onto your timeline pages. And then there are some workbook pages that are like simple, like matching that we've done, and we've done the Minecraft piece. Now, I'm still really insecure about this decision. I like it, but for whatever reason, I'm still feeling insecure that we're not following exactly what's happening in the schools, or that there's 2 volumes per year, and I think I feel a little bit insecure that I'm going to be able to finish 2 volumes this year, which is what we would really need to do to be caught up. So we're just going to take it a little bit at a time. So this volume has, and this is going to be stuffing in, this has 18 sections, 36 chapters. So that's really like, that's a full half a year. And then that assumes that we can get another 18 sections in, or 36 chapters in next year. So this I'm a little insecure about. And then this is, the reason I like this is because it has the Minecrafting stuff to it. So we are doing that piece as well. So that is so far how we've been doing. I think this year is going amazing. I'm I'm sure we'll hit some roadblocks, but for now, things are doing really well. And so that's my 1 month update in 5th grade.